All right, so right now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at some of these shapes and being able to fill in the blanks with what the measurements are, okay? So this one, we've got a trapezoid. So here's our trapezoid, and we've labeled it A, B, C, and D, and it says to find the measurements listed. So it says angle A, it wants to know the degrees for angle A, and then on D, it wants me to know the degree for angle D. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I know that angle D is going to be 90 degrees because these two are equal. Okay, so I know D is going to be 90 degrees. And if I bring in my protractor, I can go ahead and see that it is 90 degrees. Okay, then angle A, I'm going to go ahead and measure. And when I measure this, I just kind of have to make sure that I'm going straight across. It's going to be 130 degrees. Actually, let me recheck that real quick. That's going to be 130 degrees. Okay. So moving on, oh, and then it says, what are the other names that this figure can have? Well, there's not very many that it can have. It can't be a square. It can't be a rhombus. It can't be a kite because I know that not all the sides are the equal. So the only other name that it could be is it could just be called a quadrilateral. Okay, and part of the reason why is because, I mean, I don't have some of these equal sides. The kite has to have two sides that are equal, and I don't have that. Same thing with the square. So that's kind of a hard one, okay? So this next one, I'm going to figure out this shape right here, okay? So I've got RECT, and it says line TE. It wants to know how long TE is. Well, if I already know that TM is 13, I know this is also going to be 13. So when I add these together, I know that that's going to be 26 inches. Okay. RC is going to be the same thing because remember with a rectangle, my lines that are diagonal and bisect are going to be the same. So I know this is 13, so it's going to be 26 inches. Okay. Then it wants me to know C and T. Because of the shape, I know that these opposite sides are equal, so I know that that one is also 11 inches. Okay. It wants me to know what is ERM. So it wants me to know what is this angle right here. First of all, I know that this total angle is 90 degrees. So if I already know that this is 90 degrees and this is 35 degrees, I'm going to take 90 and I'm going to subtract 35. And I'm going to get that that angle is 55 degrees because I know that it's a 90-degree angle. This one's 35. This one has to be 55. Then if I have CTR, I know that CTR is going to be 90 degrees because I know that's a 90-degree angle, okay? What is another name that this figure can have? Well, this can be a quadrilateral. Okay, it can be a parallelogram. And it can be a trapezoid. Okay. This next one, I've got my parallelogram. It's called PARL, and we're going to find these measurements. So the first one is my measurement for AL. And if I know that this is 8 centimeters, this is 8 centimeters, I know that the total line is 16 centimeters. Okay. PR, same thing here. I know this one is 9 centimeters. This will be 9 centimeters. So it's 18 centimeters because I added up each of those different segments right there. Okay. ARL. Okay, well here what I know is that this angle right here is 75 degrees, that this angle right here would have to be the same because the opposite angles are equal. That's going to be 75 degrees. Okay. PAR, I know that these two angles right here would have to equal that 180. So when I do that, I know that this one's going to be 105 because they have to equal that 180. And if I subtract 75 from 180, I get 105. And then I've got RLP. And because it's going to be the equal to that one, the one that we just figured out, it is also going to be 105 degrees, okay? What other names does this figure have? Well, this can be a quadrilateral. And it can also be a trapezoid. Okay, sorry guys, I know you can't see that because it went off the screen. So those are the other shapes that it can be. So make sure that we're really focusing on those definitions to be able to figure out these measurements.